machine at Krist Novoselic's house. Seems to like it.
Oh, babe.
Shane with the camera. Got the camera, babe.
The woman outside from the looking out.
Oh, he did it! Look at that, Shane, on his record player!
They got so pictures in here! Hey, he's got the same thing in.
Cyrus, freaking out. Okay, we'll come back to you, because we have to wait till Chris comes back before... What?
Best innings and beat happening live.
Whoa, miss.
I've got that.
Low light. Whoa, okay. Whoa, I'm going to check this out. There's the bass. The bass. Whoa, zoomed up here. Okay, that's the size of his speaker stack. Got to put the camera on its side so we can compare it to Cyrus's height, which is fairly tall. But hey, if you're a taller guy, you can reach that. There's the bass. There's the old Washburn guitar. And we got zero low light here.
They're rocking all night, baby.
Cyrus enjoying the Kiss thing. Anyway, so should I fade out here? Yeah.
I would recommend it.
It's not aftershave, it's shaving cream. It's quite fragrant. Fragrant.
Yeah.
It's cologne, moisture.
Okay.
Introduce the show.
Okay, this is, of course, our TV show, episode number 9. And here we are with bassist for Nirvana, Krist Novoselic. And I'm going to ask Chris a few questions, and we're here in the basement of his house, and I just played the Kiss pinball machine, which I died over. And now I'm going to write a few questions. Posh 90, cameraman, go up and ask him. Well, Chris, what nationality are you?
Well, I'm not a nationalist. I do have an ethnic background, so it's a Croatian, Southern European. Speak Croatian. I guess you could say I'm an American citizen, right?
Yeah.
Technically,
Technically.
but we're all here on the planet. It is a miracle of modern communication, like satellites, radio, TV, makes the world a lot smaller. So the whole idea of nationality is kind of outdated.
Yeah.
You can have an ethnic background, but I'm an earthling.
Okay. I guess it's kind of connected to the first question. Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Compton, California. I'm straight out of Compton. I lived in Croatia. Family moved from there, and I moved to San Pedro, California. I lived there, which is a part of Los Angeles. Family moved to Avenue, Washington in 1979. Where I picked out so they sent me to Croatia. I tell them I lied. I lived there, and then moved back to Africa. Spent some wasteful years there. Teenage drug days. And moved. Well, I reached 18.
Moved out?
Yeah, moved out.
Okay. Do you have any funny childhood stories?
Oh, man. My brother was always a troublemaker. He'd often break his glasses and stuff like that. He always get in trouble. He might be weather report. Phone number. What's your phone number? Should I call your parents? Oh, it's 585. Blah, 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 blah. Well, here's the funny childhood stories. I got in trouble in the schoolyard once. And what's your phone number? Started rattling off these numbers, like who knows what the prefix was, not even any local prefix. It's like, hey, wait a minute, that's only 6 numbers. I'm like, 2.
Okay. Where did you go to school, or what schools did you attend?
Well, when I graduated from Aberdeen High School in 1984, I never went to school after that. I always wanted to go to college, but I never got around to it. I was at these jobs. So I just quit my city job and start being a band. I wasn't doing anything. Was in school, I'm not.
Are you, do you still have your yearbooks?
Well, going back to when teenage debauchery, kind of a weird haze, I just, whenever it was picture time, I'd go skip. Because, those guys take their pictures, I'm going to go. Yeah. Oh, all right, that means I got a whole period off. Smoke some cigarettes.
What bands did you listen to in high school?
Well, kind of didn't have access to a lot of music. I was very isolated. And I started out listening to older Scorpions like Love God, Animal Magnet, and Ozzy Osbourne, Wizard of Oz. Just teenage cock rock. I liked a lot of older stuff too, like the Beatles and Led Zeppelin. And I was always into that stuff. Even when I was like 10 years old, I did a lot of Beatles records. So I was always into music, and I went through various phases of mainstream music. And I was exposed to some, like in Los Angeles, in like 78, 79. I heard some Devo and I heard some B-52. I thought it was cool, and then moved away and I lost touch with all that stuff. And then I kind of slipped out of my drug haze adolescent period and I rejected all my so-called friends and anything that had to do with them, which was those cock rock bands. And I was looking for some music, something to latch on to. And what I did is I reverted and I got into prog rock. And I'm like, yeah, Yes, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And I really like King Crimson. I still do like King Crimson a lot. And I don't know, I was interested in it. And then I discovered punk rock. Buzz Osborne, I'm sure people are familiar with that story. Buzz Osborne's the guitarist from the Melvins and all his prog rock stuff. You know, I rejected that too. And though I still held on to bands like Zeppelin and Aerosmith and Black Sabbath. And I really got an identity through punk rock because I formed some political values and I kind of got some social perspective, so things about society in perspective. You know, I was always in contempt of Republican right-wingers. I was like a young, ideal Democrat, you know, like voting for Walter Mondale in 1984, you know. I discovered punk rock in 83. Now I'm kind of an independent socialist. I'm a socialist ethically, but I don't belong to any political organization. But going back to those what bands that I listened to, so it was kind of a transition. And once I discovered punk rock, it affected my life in so many ways. It actually cleared up a lot of things I was confused about. A lot of people are confused. It didn't help smoking pot and being in the party scene didn't help a lot because, you know, your mind, your brain's developing and you're just stifling that development by subduing your brain. There's a lot of good messages out there in punk rock music, you know, straight edge. I mean, it's not good that, I don't believe it's good to shove anything down anybody's throat, but to an impressionable teenager, I'd want them to, I'd rather express them to like read and spark a dialogue with their friends about positive things instead of saying, oh baby, let's go out drinking in our convertible, or a lot of those like sex and drug rock and roll ethos that are really worn and counterproductive, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I listen to. I went through this phase, any musical evolution.
Okay. I think I'll kind of skip over the question, what did you want to be after high school? Because I think it's pretty out there right now.
No, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a paramedic. I didn't want to be anything. I didn't care what I wanted to be. I wanted to be happy, basically. And it just goes back to being a kid. Like, what do you want to do when you grow up? So you also got to have I guess you have this instilled in you that you need to have some concrete goal to really achieve something, to achieve something material, I don't know if I would have been happy being a doctor. I don't know if I have I probably don't have the mental capacity or concentration skills that you need to be a doctor. So, I don't know. I wanted to be happy, and at the time, playing noisy punk rock bands and hanging out with my friends. Being a young, wisecracking cynic was suited me very well.
Were you tall in high school?
I was always tall. In kindergarten, I was tall.
What are some of your influences today? Like what bands, people?
Things that are influencing me musically, it's just anything, Now I got this high watt head with 4x12 Marshalls because I've been listening to Food live at Leeds, and so I go, whoa, John, that's a Leeds. So now I've got one. So that's been I've just been listening to sounds, new stuff, old stuff,
This is kind of a personal question because my friends put the questions. Don't get me wrong. Give us a status on your personal life right now.
Oh, wow. Well, very happy. So much has happened to me in the last year. It's like winning the lottery, I was able to buy a house, and indulge in materialistic acquisitions. But I still find out that all my friends are with me. And my wife and I have been really getting along really well. I think because of the financial pressures are off us. We were always poor at the end of the month. It'd be stress time. Because it's like you got to keep the lights on, you got to pay the rent. I wasn't working, I was just bring home whatever I could from the band, and she was working. There's always car insurance and take cats to bed. And now I've been alleviated of those financial burdens. And it's been said before, the only good thing about money, if you have money, that you don't have to worry about it anymore. So I guess I'm pretty happy, If I'll lose it all tomorrow, it's hard to say, but being like an anti-materialist, like that I claim to be, I should be happy if I live in a wood hut, woods. It's good to say now here in my new house. I guess this is the perspective I have about my band too. I'm happy that we maintain a level of credibility, because we've been always on the guard, like trying not to lose our edge or to have like these screwy perspectives thrown at us that we're just another mainstream rock and roll sellout band. And I don't think people really feel that way. I think people see us for what we are, and some of the ideas that we put across are being like digested by people. To what level and how deep and the effect of those ideas, that's a whole other story. But I'm glad for that. We were always on the guard, like phony rockers, and I don't think it happened. So maybe people so uptight about it.
Do you have any hobbies or favorite activities?
Yeah, I like tinkering on cars, petrochemical, carbon monoxide belching, rust heaps. I like building a fence. I guess I like playing music, which was supposed to be a hobby, but it's like a job. I like doing it. It's not really a job. It's not really a hobby. So I don't know what it is, really. Try to pursue some other instruments. I don't really have any hobbies. I want to get into sailing. And I was into boogie boarding when I was in Australia. Like,
When was that?
last month.
Were you touring on vacation?
No, it was a tour. So,
What cities did you play?
oh, we played like Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Auckland, New Zealand, business circuit in New Zealand.
Pretty good lifestyle for a guy that just last year was like band that was worldwide.
Yeah.
Now some questions. Band, where and when did you meet Kirk? No.
Oh, I met Kurt in, here and there. I've seen him around since 1985. We started talking, getting to know each other about 1986, 87. So we had a lot in common.
Okay, so I
Because
guess
of our environment, our values, love for music.
So I guess you had contribution more than Stones watching this first TV show.
Yeah, steal it or photocopy it. Don't buy it.
It's like the hard.
I don't want to say to go out and buy it. Because if you just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've
I've
seen
have you bought it.
I've seen the cover with Kurt wear that shirt.
Corporate magazine
Still
still
sucks,
suck.
yeah.
That's right. Hey
Okay.
Kurt, see that's why I think you maintain a lot of credibility. Kurt's diligence.
Give us the history of the band up until Bleach, from your perspective.
1987, 86, 87. Get together in Kurt's shop and shack house. Included drummer Eric Burkhart. Started practice about 3-4 times a week. Took it very seriously. Got a set of songs up in a couple of weeks, which Floyd Barber, Spanked came up in that first couple of weeks there.
Were you guys called Nirvana back then?
No, we couldn't decide on the name for the band. We went through many names.
Such as?
Pincap Chew, Bliss, and we were christened Ted Ed Fred for one show by this one person. And he was like, oh, okay, whatever, because he made the flyer for it, so I guess we were called Ted Ed Fred at one point. I guess there's other names. But they never, Skid Row.
Oh man.
Yeah, they never really stuck.
That hurts.
And let me see what happened. Play parties. Never really play around Aberdeen because there's nowhere to play. Start playing shows and parties in Olympia and Tacoma. June May, he had a place in Tacoma called Community World Theater, and that was an era when Aberdeen was happening. A lot of cool bands came through there, and we really supported the musical community. And come down and get paid like $15 and turn it down like, oh, okay, put it back in the club. And he got screwed out of that place, but he helped us out. He's helped out a lot of bands. We lost Aaron along the way. Had a drummer, Dave Foster, just for kind of a transition between Aaron and Chad. Cut a demo tape with Dale Crover from the Mountains at Reciprocal Studios. And it just happened to be Jack and Dino was the engineer and producer. In the time slot that we had booked, and he turned on Jonathan Coleman from Sub Pop to that tape. And Jonathan like, yeah, I need to John, so I discussed it with a single, it took about a year for a single out. We picked up Chad Chen, the drummer. Love Bus single came out. Started practicing more and more. Quit my job, which was a turning point in my life because I was getting involved in being a painter, like a house painter, industrial painter, and set out in Corey Beach. I'm going to turn this on. Wash it off. Oh, that's what a furnace. I get a lot of furnace last night. You gotta get some headphones, like a real sound man. Yeah. I've been on
the
TV
cameraman,
a lot.
Kevin, not a sound man.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that would help because you know what the sound would be like if you actually played it back. So, anyway.
Why don't you just shoot?
Just think
next
I
time.
didn't think that was too professional and I didn't have a...
Oh, alright.
Okay.
What is professional?
I'll just...
What is professional?
And what is the one meaning? So, I'll just raise my voice a little. And how do you feel about Chad Channing leaving the band?
Well, it was a really hard thing to do, but I think it worked out for all of us. That's all I really want to say. I don't want to elaborate on it.
How do you feel about going on a major label?
It was scary at first, and we didn't want to do it. We were really reluctant because we were ignorant to the ways that a major label works. And, so we found a manager who we dug, and that made us a lot comfortable with the whole idea because we could give them some really experience in that world. It's a small business, and everybody knows each other. We were outsiders, so there's a lot of contempt for it. But as we started to learn, we figured out the way things work, and we got to meet a lot of people, got to know a lot of people. It's been some breeze now.
Okay. Does it hold you back at all from like if you were to want to change a member or add
No,
someone?
see, we came in with a position of strength because a lot of labels wanted us, so we kind of pretty much set our own terms. Most people kind of constantly getting our way. And now, what's happened with the record has really elevated us in the stature of the label, you know. Now before, there was like Cher, Guns N' Roses, I don't know who else I get, but now we're like up there.
Yeah.
We're up there on the food chain in Geffen, so, you know, if we want something,
What do you think of all this publicity and media?
well, it wasn't contrived at all. It was a very organic thing. I wish we got a kickback on all the money that Geffen saved from not really promoting the record and buying all these full-page ads and having a media blitz. I mean, there was like a vibe around us before the record came out. And when it came out, all our hardcore fans from the past bought it to where it sold out. See, Geffen anticipated us selling. Our goal was to sell about 250,000 records. 500,000 was the goal. We would have never thought we would have had a gold record. So Geffen printed up 50,000 copies of number one, but it get us through for a couple months, and it sold out in like 2 or 3 days. And so we made a big splash at the retail stores, and there was a buzz. There was a video on MTV. Well, this is even before the video on MTV. This was really before any ads or anything. And so people were like, "Oh, I hear a lot about this band Nirvana. I want to buy the record." Like, "Oh, well, you got to wait till next week for it all sold out." That kind of made this suspension, and it just created, got bigger and bigger. Smells Like Teen Spirit got added to more and more radio stations. We played a song, and people liked it and would request it. They'd only, like, the first time it ever got played, like, on AOR radio, which is like album-oriented rock radio. You know, total save, don't take any chances. Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger classics kind of mixed in with maybe the Black Crowes or like the newest band that they play. Well, they take a chance on us and play us like late on a Saturday night or a Sunday night, and they get requests for it. People would hear it, like, well, they like the song, so they call for it, and then we play it more, and the more it got played, the more requests it would get, to where it was put in heavy rotation. station where you hear kind of like prime time hours of radio, which is like prime time hours of radio when people are driving to work and they're driving home. So you hear the song on the radio, they like the song, they went and bought the record.
Yeah.
It was on MTV, helped a lot too.
It helped a lot.
Yeah, it helped. Yeah, I mean, it was MTV played the heck. That song, we got that song at the heck played out of it. It was really something. Yeah.
What do you think of all this? Do you plan to leave the big scene?
Well, whenever we can't leave.
Oh.
No, leave the big scene. Maybe life is the big scene. Like, yeah, the big picture. There's something to ponder.
Krist's view, what do you think? Who do you want for president?
Jerry Brown. I've sent him to my. I think he's a man for the job. He's nail right on the head. He's attacking old boy politics, the stagnant establishment, big money politics that are out of touch with real America.
Okay. Tell us what you wanted to say about censorship that you couldn't on television.
Well, I wanted to come in from really an anti-establishment viewpoint, but I didn't really want to like come as some total like anti-establishment freak, you know, and scare everybody off, saying that, you know, like if I came in as like quote French person, it'd turn into like people wouldn't take me seriously. So I thought I'd come in with the context of a mainstream viewpoint. And I pretty much, I came in there and I expressed myself. I came in there on a wing and a prayer. I really didn't know what was going on. It was my fault. Okay, I'll do the show. And then I show up and I thought there was going to be like 2 or 3 other people on my side. I was like, you know, it's just going to be you and Luther Campbell via satellite. Wow, is that it? So I got to carry this whole issue. And I wasn't that well versed on it. So I just went with my instinct and my just on my ideals. It was just, I just kind of winged it, and I was really nervous at first, but I kind of got relaxed after a while. I wish I would have, you know, 2020 hindsight. What can you say? I wish or I should have, you know. I don't know. The more I'm trying to read a lot more. I'm trying to deduct a lot of ideas in my head. Really pinpoint ideas and trying to be really super aware. Like, I could learn to not choke up. But I think the more that I do it, and the more that I express myself, the better I'll get at it. Because I have some ideas that I'm on class. I definitely want to exploit the position I have in the media and put my 2 cents in.
Okay. I'm going to move on to some rumors and other stuff if people want to know. Give us a story on Courtney Love and her neighbor's cat.
I haven't heard about it.
Well,
I don't want to talk about any rumors about Courtney because they're just rumors, and I haven't heard any rumors about her. And rumors are just we'll leave those to the old ladies at the food stand. I'd rather talk about more substantial things. Not that Courtney isn't substantial. I love her. And I think that she's a great person, but just to talk about stuff like that.
what should fans look for in the future from your band?
What should they look for?
Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't really look for anything. I mean, I'd hate to live up to somebody else's expectations because I don't know where they cultivated those expectations. As I can relate that to you, what bands can maybe hope to see from us musically, a lot more diversity, a lot more experimentation. That's about all I can really say. But that's a standard answer. That's a standard answer to our next record. It's going to be
Experimental. Yeah.
Right. That's what we all say.
Actually, sometimes a band will say that after they put out an album to make up for how they screwed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The experiment. What do you think of bootlegs? Do you guys release your own?
I hate them. I hate bootlegs. You know, there's a bootleg record right there.
Of who?
Of us. A bootleg. Somebody bootlegged it. They screw up the song titles. Some arrogant jerk just decides they can put out a record of material that we thought was good enough to release. We would have released it. But they get their grimy paws on it, and it's not like they're sending the money to Calcutta to help the starving Bronx there. They're putting the money in their own pocket, and they're just exploiting our music. And they're exploiting people, but I guess people are dumb enough to go spend $10, $20 on a record of marginal sound quality. I mean, yeah. Here's one right here. See? Did you buy this one?
I have bought Nirvana. I buy Kiss and everything bootlegs.
Well, I think me and Posh, we buy anything that had the name on it.
I've got some more upstairs too.
But trust me, Pasha buys Nirvana bootlegs. He's right there, right there, Mike.
Look, Win and Dan told me
I don't
that they
even wanna
released
show
their
it.
own
No.
demos. Do you guys release your own demos?
No.
Never.
Because if we made a mistake of giving a few out, and next thing you know, we see them printed on vinyl.
At least they spelled Kurt's name right.
How do we know what's
Son
right?
of a gun, is that son of a gun live?
Tell
Or
us
is it
what's right.
No, I don't know where they got a lot of that stuff.
Pasha has son of a gun on the tape.
See, you know, I don't even want to I don't want to talk about bootlegs anymore. It's said what I want to say about them, and you know, it's just free advertising for those schmucks. I'm gonna come after you, man. I'm gonna get a private detective, track you guys down, and there's gonna be federal marshals knocking on your door.
You said
You heard this on Cyrus the TV show.
I was about to say that.
Novoselic's most wanted.
But you did it with me and for TCV. Where can we obtain an audio track?
Oh, that. This guy took the liberty of making a video to just us screwing around. And,
Have you seen it?
at a sound check. Yeah, I saw it. I wasn't too impressed by it.
I like it.
Well, that's fine. Everybody has their own opinion. I don't know where to get it. Maybe you'll find it on Blu-ray. Yeah.
Where can one get local anesthetic?
Local anesthetic?
Yeah.
Questions from here.
What's that?
Pasha.
It says on Repertoire Records in Germany, there was this huge catalog, and one of them happened to be by Nirvana. It's called Local Anesthetic or something. Don't know.
It's another bootleg.
Another bootleg.
Probably total
Funny-
inferior sound quality.
Funny thing is,
So
Cyrus,
why'd you get that one as like an example? Or
No, my manager sent it to me. Because he gets hold of them. And I was like, oh, dang.
do you know about Sub Pop's release of your demos and stuff like that? You don't know about that?
Why, they released them?
They're going to on CD. It's going to be called Filler. I don't know if you're supposed to know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Oh.
But they said they're
Where'd
going
you
to...
hear it?
Actually, I don't know, but I know it's... I wrote to Sub Pop and I asked them about it. They said it will be coming out.
I think I remember
Well,
seeing
they've even
something.
named it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said it was perfectly legitimate.
sons of bitches.
And
I don't, yeah, I mean, maybe it's not a
We're
good
correct.
time. See, now we're having this discussion about business dealings about the band. It's starting.
That gets into sneaky territory.
Yeah, and it's not, you should just edit all this out. I mean, I don't think we should be talking about this.
The filler thing.
Well, yeah, or just, about stuff like that to people. I mean,
People are gonna go,
well,
there's
Sub Pop
a new-"
looks bad. Yeah, Sub Pop looks bad. Like,
And
I
they
don't know
go-
what's going on.
And they go, hey, this
There's-
kid put it on a show. And,
Yeah, I mean,
well, I was just curious.
well, thanks, Pasha, for that. Okay, we're gonna move on to the.
So, if
Next
the other questions have that stuff in them.
Is there
don't
such? Oh, so the bootleg. Do you want the bootleg thing? Yeah.
no, I don't want to talk about bootlegs.
No, I mean like whenever the show.
Oh, the bootleg stuff is fine, but anything after that.
Is there a central place where one can order your back catalog?
There's not a back catalog. There's just Bleach and Slipper Single, which are available through Sub Pop Records.
Okay.
That's the extent of our back catalog.
Any last words or comments?
Yeah, no, not really. Well, what kind of comment should I make?
I don't know. Wait a minute. They won't ask me questions.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it when they want to see me. I'm a way big fan of the artist.
Have you ever been to a Turkish prison?
No. I've seen Midnight Express, so...
Oh, dear God.
Here there is no God. That's what it says in the Turkish prison when you walk in. Above the door.
That's a better answer than I ever could go.
What sparks that question?
I don't know. I was trying to think of good questions to ask, and that just sort of popped into my head.
Yeah, I remember I was smuggling some hash out of Turkey. I got caught.
You really?
I was standing in line at the ticket counter in Kara Airport, sweating like a pig. Nerve-wracked.
How often do you meet up with, like, Kurt and them off the road? Like, does Kurt live?
Oh, we used to hang out every day, but now we've been on tour, so intensely for so long, we all went our separate ways for a little while on vacation. I'm looking forward to it back.
What city does Kurt live in?
Kurt's gonna live in Seattle, but he's down in LA right now. He's going out.
What does he have a place there?
Yeah, he's got enough money.
What about, David?
Yeah, Dave is originally from Washington, D.C., and his family's there. He really loves his family.
So is that where he's hanging out right now?
Yeah, he's hanging out with his mom and his sister.
Does he have a place in Washington?
No, he stays with his mom. He has a place here in Seattle.
So basically you're the only one in Seattle right now.
Yeah. That's why
By law.
I've been seen all over the place.
Do a lot of people bug you when you go out in public?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, it kind of bugs me. I don't get it, you know. I call it the cult of celebrity. Like, you know, you're just like some kind of public figure. People are like, oh, but I used to be that way too. And I remember when we went on tour with Sonic Youth the first time. And I was a big Sonic Youth fan, and I saw them in person. I was like, I was nervous, and kind of are. Yeah, and I got to know them, and just like, you know, they're totally great people, like everybody else, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I'd probably freak out too, because like, gee, 70 or something. I respect his right to go shopping.
I've been having these discussions, or just conversations, not discussions, conversations with friends about how it's, a lot of times you don't want to meet your idols or because you get them down. Have examples of gays. He met Bono, he met Metallica last night, he met, he met Michael Stein. He's telling me weird stuff.
He has good taste.
Should we explain that one?
Yeah. Well, my little sister is really an REM fan, and Shane made up this fake conversation that she'd have if somebody ever told her that they listened to REM or mentioned their name. She'd say something like, "You have good taste." And so, it's an inside joke.
Had to be there.
Could we do an intro segment with you for my show?
Okay.
Just where we're all sitting on the couch and, like, you know, you have this introduction. So I was thinking, for my show, we could start it out with you talking, saying, this is Sarah's TV show, you know, and with helper Shane, cameraman Pasha, and special guest Sarah Saman. Sort of to play down the Krist Novoselic thing, you know. It kind of okay,
I'm all tired now.
okay, sorry.
I'm wasting, I don't need a phone.
I just don't want to be in close. Yep.
What kind of tape is that?
Just one of
VHS,
Sarah's
Maxell.
tapes.
Yeah, it's brand new.
So that's how you had to frame that.
Yeah. What do you have to do to get the pinball machine to play Rock and Roll Night?
Oh, ready, one here?
Sure. For the help.
That's it.
Baby.
There we go. I got an Auburn for $250. It was in a guy's backyard. Covered with a tarp. And it didn't work.
Novoselic playing the Kiss pinball machine.
Totally psycho world.
Here we go. We cleaned it all up. Oh, I just drained. Hey, go and play it.
Oh, I already played it long for a while there.
Oh,
where you're up there, I'll play it. Trust me.
Oh. Yeah, we cleaned it all up. And there was like special wax.
One of these days I'll have this game, trust me.
Yeah. I guess even the back glass is worth $5. Is there, you know,
It's where I've seen them sold for like $1,200.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty highly collectible because I bought it the most expensive design there is.
I'm fucking lucky.
Well, I'm used to you guys. All
See, I
being tall.
wouldn't even have paid $250 for it if I did think it was a Kiss, you know. I thought it was pretty collectible. But I've got stuff like Kiss sleeping bags and you never heard of that?
With Eric Carr on it?
No, not with Eric Carr, but
I'm getting the song.
What do you have?
oh, I give it all to Matt Lucan for monthly.
Oh.
When I find it, I give it to him. Yeah, he's got a lot
Matt
of stuff. You know where you go is you just go to like Value Village or
Do they have them? Like, would you know where to create
no, you have to find them. They just show up.
I've never seen. I've never even been to Valley Village.
Kiss
But I've
sleeping bag. Yeah, we actually had 2 of them. Yeah. Yeah, you can get that.
2 Kiss sleeping bags. Not 1, but 2.
Yeah.
They probably got a twofer on that one.
But, yeah, that was about 4 or 5 years ago, too.
Do you know those little Kiss items with Vinnie Vincent on it?
Not that I know.
Yeah. Because I don't even have one photograph of him in makeup.
I just, I got out of Kiss. I was into Kiss when they were happening. Like when I was in junior high school, like it was just totally wild. And,
What do you think of them now?
I think they're kind of sexist guys.
Yeah. Their new album is trying to as an old
they're
band.
so old. I mean, they've had facelifts and stuff. And you know, Gene Simmons is Liza Minnelli's manager.
Yeah.
You heard that, huh?
Yeah. Is that bad?
No, but it's kind of weird though, isn't it?
Well, he does a lot of management and production things. And of course, he's been in a lot of movies too.
Yeah.
I think he just gets bored with just the rock lifestyle for 20 years.
Yeah.
But I think that's good that it can last that long and still have fun doing it.
Yeah, that's true. But I got out of Kiss after Love Gun. And I remember when those records like just came out. Yeah, the new Kiss record, Love Gun.
You never got a live too?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Rocket Ride, 4 extra songs. Yeah, she wants the Rocket Ride.
Should I just fade out on this?
That's a great guitar solo. Rocket Ride. Basic smokes. Ace was the boozer of the band.
Yeah, that's why he left.
Yeah.
That's so drugged out they ended up lying and saying that he had guitars on some of their albums and then he actually didn't really end up being Vinnie Vincent.
Really?
Do you remember Pictures of Night?
Oh yeah.
That was the Ace Frehley wasn't even on that. That was all Vinnie Vincent.
Same with
Unmasked.
I don't know if it was Unmasked, but there was one where Anton Pig played all the music.
And Tom Fig, yeah, that was Unmasked.
And it was supposed to be Peter Krist.
Yeah. Peter Krist was right in the middle of the Dynasty tour.
He was also like, he didn't think he
Now he's a loser.
Is he?
He's doing nothing. He wrote an autobiography. He was gonna get it like on the hardcover, but no one will like even publish it for him until maybe paperback. You can't even get a record deal.
Oh really?
He could have stayed at Kiss. Kiss wanted him, you know. They begged for him to come back practically, but I mean, whenever he decided to leave, but he left and decided he could be successful in the soul food. And now he's like, the latest thing he ever got in the media was that episode of Donahue.
He still probably has a ton of cash, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. Ace really, I don't think he has a recent record deal. His last album was like an 89.
Ace songs are always the best ones on the Kiss records.
Yeah,
I don't know,
his soul album was like one of the best
that
too.
was the best one, yeah.
But no, I think it's kind of tied with him and Paul Stanley. They were going to come out with an Eric Carr solo, but Yeah, right when he got into the band, but they figured, well, you know, he just came into the band for writers. Nothing bad in the game.
You don't like that, don't you?
No. That's got the musical case.
Yeah, the amplifier built in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like this. It's exactly. This is...
It's my time. Yeah. Alright, welcome to Cyrus the TV show, episode number 10, with Krist Novoselic and Nirvana. And, we did previously have an interview with them, and the sound quality turned out to be null and void, so we are repeating it. And, well, Chris, I got some questions to ask you, and we made up some new ones, so you'd have more of a lively response to them instead of repeating old ones, which... So anyway, I'll start off with some questions about the band. What is the band doing now, and what are some future plans?
Well, right now we're just kind of taking it easy, laying around, sleeping in, trying to acquire the patent for the shovel.
Can we expect more videos or singles from Nevermind?
Oh yeah, I just saw a rough cut of the Lithium video. Kurt's been working with a guy named Kevin Kerslake who did Come As You Are. He's been working with him down in LA on this video, and it's a compilation of live shots taken from a show we did at the Paramount on Halloween of 1991. It's pretty neat.
Would that that'd of course be quite different maybe than the original low production of it that was used for like TCTV and local access television channels?
Oh yeah, not that I watch a lot of that stuff, you know. I mean, even any kind of production, whether it's a video or audio, has its own merit. I mean, it just depends on what kind of perspective you put on it. You could put on a very elitist type audio video file perspective on it. Say, you know, you're into the latest technology, but a lot of times, you know, you can look at things with, you know, a Super 8 camera, and it'll have a quality of its own. So it just depends on the perspective you put on it.
This is something I've been wondering, because I bought Nevermind recently, and the lyrics and stuff, like many people say, are questionable as what they mean. Do all your songs have some underlying meaning?
Well, you know, I don't want to talk about the lyrics because they are Kurt's lyrics, but, you know, I've heard him express that he likes to keep things cryptic and open-ended. But I think he knows what the song means, and the songs have meanings for me, too. And they affect me personally, and probably different than, say, maybe they affect you.
Even maybe Smells Like Teen Spirit would have its own underlying meaning?
Yeah, there's a meaning behind Teen Spirit.
Okay,
I think all the songs have meanings. I don't think they're really, like, mindless or anything. I mean, I've read the lyrics off the lyric sheet, and I've got a hit off what they mean. And I think they're really good. I think there's a plans for a lyric sheet to surface one of these days. I haven't paid much attention, so I don't know.
Are there actually printed ones, like, for the band?
Yeah, we had to print some for the publishing company, so they could be copyrighted and all that. So they're out there somewhere.
But you're planning to release them as official things for maybe fans or for records or something?
Yeah, maybe our next single is going to come with a lyric sheet for the album.
Okay. What are some ideas for the next album that the band is forming?
Ooh, well, we're kicking around a lot of ideas, you know. Nothing's really concrete. I mean, there's some songs we got and some production we have some perspectives on production, but nothing's really concrete, you know. Never mind. I don't know. Right now we're just kind of kicking back and not doing anything, and next month we're all going to get together and start writing songs, and there's some songs already written, and we're just going to start making some noise and see what comes out of it.
Okay. Is there any symbolism in your videos? For example, Come As You Are? Or?
Yeah. There's symbolism in there, but that's also
Open-ended?
Yeah, I mean, it's the old artistic cliche. It's open for interpretation, you know. But I remember coming up with the imagery for, like, say, Teen Spirit is like an anarchist high school with the cheerleaders dressed in black and with anarchy A's on their costumes. It's just a pretty weird it's kind of a weird image, since high school is so regimented and controlled, you know. And then you have a concept like of anarchy when there's really no control and no rules. Because, you know, in high school there's unwritten rules of, like, social behavior and accepting people, and there's a written rules, of course, you know, school rules. You got to be on class in time. You can't be tardy. So to have an image like that with the anarchy symbols was just a statement, really.
Yeah.
We can divulge into it, you know.
Yeah, the video I noticed on there, you could tell some of that symbolism, but I couldn't. The lyrics themselves, you know, it's hard to match them with the video. Would you say that maybe the lyrics and the videos would be like two separate things, or they coincide?
They can be in every case. Yeah, a lot of times, maybe a song has a feel to it, you know, and I don't like the lyrics, so, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of times I feel that the lyrics like accent the feel of the song, right? As, you know, maybe a video should too, you know, like Come As You Are is kind of a laid back tune, and it's got a lot of, like, that weird chorus on the guitar, and
Yeah.
maybe that you get a
Sort of a haunting effect.
yeah, haunting, and you see colors like purple and magenta and what are used in the video.
Like a very dark kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you consider yourselves above playing parties and college dorms?
No, never, ever. I mean, we don't consider ourselves above anything, because once you start doing that, I mean, you're not really thinking clearly. You're being wrapped up and swept away in something that's probably not that healthy for yourself or for other people.
Have you or will you play small gigs or whatever since you're signed up with?
Yeah, because those are the best. You get to share more things with people than just being isolated from them, being, you know, behind a barrier, or somebody else is on the other in the back of the stadium. It's pretty far away and it seems kind of impersonal, you know. But like, if we were to announce that we were going to play at the Vogue, you know,
big riot, probably.
Yeah, it'd be insane. So, you know, it's really not our fault that we can't play small places, so we kind of have to just sneak in and do it.
So have you done that? Have you shown up unexpectedly into some club or?
Not yet, but I'd like to, sure.
What's the deal with that nameless song at the end of Nevermind?
Oh, that song. Well, that song, a guitar got smashed during the recording of that song, and we were just screwing around with that. There's really no name for that song, and CDs are kind of a new format, and we thought we'd screw around with it, you know, like the Beatles put an extra groove at the end of their record with some gibberish or something. We thought we'd put 10 minutes of gibberish, or, you know, a song. And there's something to be said for songs like that too, because it is a song, even though it was like improvisational, but there was some structure to it. There was some, like, parameters we worked in, but we just kind of got on it like a roller coaster and just
I
saw where it took us, you know.
I was told that after the first 50,000 copies of Nevermind, then you had that extra track on there. But wasn't really a track. It was part of the last track of Something in the Way.
No, it's an extra track, but it's not like on the way CDs are programmed.
Yeah, it continue. I heard it continues for like 10 minutes of silence or something like that, and then this song starts playing.
Oh, you haven't heard it, huh?
No, I bought Nevermind a few weeks ago, and I was told about that. And of course, I don't have one of the first 50,000 copies. I went over to a retail store and bought it, and it did not have the extra track on there.
Did you wait 10 minutes? Did it go 12 and then went back to?
No, it went to 12. I played all of Something in the Way, and it just stopped right there at the end of Something in the Way. And of course I was like, what's going on here? And I talked to other people and stuff, and they said it should have, if it was past the first 50,000 copies, it should have had the 10 minutes of silence. But it didn't, and the first 50,000 copies sold out. As you said, in the first 2 days.
Right.
So I'm really wondering what's going on with it. That's something maybe the company did separately, or I don't know what.
It's not supposed to be like that. I mean, somebody made a decision, took it upon themselves to make a decision. I don't know anything about it, so that's too bad. I mean,
yeah.
Sorry, I don't even have one with that song on it.
Okay. I think I'll skip that because you could start getting into what we got into on the last conversation with Pasha mentioning a certain CD from Sub Pop, whatever, and it was very unfounded, and it could that could get into legal tangles and all that. So I'll just skip that right now. This is one I'm very curious about. What do you think about Tori Amos and Weird Al Yankovic doing covers of your songs?
Oh, well, Tori Amos is pretty funny. I mean,
I haven't heard that, but I've seen a video of her style of music playing. I can't picture her playing Teen Spirit.
It's a lot like Kate Bush. I don't know. It just sounds pretty funny. It sounds like it'd be a parody, a better parody than
Weird Al.
Weird Al.
Did she do it as a joke, or was it serious?
No, she's really serious about it. If she wants to express herself in that way, I mean, that's fine.
And you guys gave her the permission to use that term?
No, she just did it. I mean, she did it legally, There's certain ways you do it legally. You just have to pay what's prescribed legally, like you have to pay the publishing and list the writers and publishing company and all that, or credit the writers. And I don't know, she just did it, and whatever.
What about
Weird Al's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw the video like day or two after it premiered, and it was a really great parody of it.
Yeah, I was really freaked out because a friend saw them film it down in L.A. and he goes, man, they have these cows and these sheep around there. And I go, oh man, they're gonna make us look like just total jerks, and they're gonna take the piss out of us. And it's like, I saw it, it was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was really, really, really good.
It was sort of like watching, the thing I like about his videos is like watching Eat It for the First Time or Fat, it's perfect parody, and it exaggerates upon some of the things that most would take seriously, or,
Yeah, I mean, it was hilarious.
All right, that's all the questions we could think of about the band. Here's some personal things about your own personal opinions. Current events, what do you think of the Rodney King trial and the protests related to it?
Oh, wow. Well, I think everything, the protest was fine, and all that rioting, I mean, that mentality, the riot has always been with us, but it's been within our minds, and it's been within the minds of, like, the African American community in Los Angeles, and it just took something like that for it to materialize. And I mean, the emotions are going to subside, of the emotions of rage and the reactions that came along with it, but the deeper things of like racism and economic injustices, I mean, these are real problems, and I don't think that elected representatives have really been addressing it. They've just been kind of sweeping it under the rug, and then for something like this to surface, it's not really a surprise.
Do you think the looting of stores and so on is a result of the riots or the decision?
Excuse me?
Do you think that like the looting of stores and the the damaging of property, do you think that that's part of the riots or the protests or part of the verdict itself?
Well, it grew out of a protest, but I mean, there's so many implications. Like, the people are poor, and they've just been having all these hard times economically, and especially if you live in a city like Los Angeles, where you walk down the streets poor, and there's all these Mercedes and Jaguars driving by, and you look up all on the hills all around town, and there's like multi-millionaires living up there, you know? And a lot of the people who have millions of dollars worked really hard for that, you know? And a lot happened. And a lot of the people that perpetuated all that violence and looting were nothing short of thieves and thugs taking advantage of that situation. You know, because it was just a reaction, and what were they thinking about accomplishing is smashing in a fellow black person's business and cleaning them out and ruining their lives. Korean people, just grabbing innocent white people and beating them like that. It's just reactionary, and it's not really thinking, you know. And it was an insurrection, but it was so unorganized, and there was no vision or focus. It was asinine and stupid, and it was a waste of time, and it was really detrimental to anything positive that's going to come out of it.
This is quite off the subject and quite a one-sided issue. How do you feel about abortion?
Well, if I was really confronted with the option, I'm not going to say what I'd do, but, you know, I've seen what's become of abortions, and it seems like a pretty gruesome thing, but there's so many variations to consider in other people's situations, and a woman's situation. I think a woman, it's her body, and her and the person who's responsible for the pregnancy, they should weigh their options. And, you know, I believe in a lot of like civil liberties, like gun control. Like, I don't really think people should be people shouldn't be allowed to own guns, even though I don't own a gun, and I never will, because I don't like them. But I think people should be responsible for their own actions, and I don't know how I hope you understand how I relate that to the whole abortion thing. It's like a person's own choice. A lot of these girls are just confused, and they're getting pregnant in high school, and you know, I guess they can give up the kid for adoption, but most of them don't. Most of them keep the child, and you know, my brother had a kid, and he's having a lot of problems now. You know, and it could have been an abortion, the problem could have been over, but then again, I like that little kid, you know, he's a neat baby. But, you know, the government's just putting their fingers in so many things, and they're completely ignoring other things, and, you know, I don't have the capacity to carry around a child for 9 months, so I don't think my opinion is as relevant as 50% of the human race is, you know?
Yeah. Last time I talked to you, I found out that you are of Croatian descendants.
Right.
And that you lived in Croatia for a year. How old were you at that time?
Oh, I was 15 or 16 years old.
What was life like there in Croatia?
Oh, it was very nice. People were really down to earth, and school was a real experience. School was really serious there. Education, you had to study a lot, and you had a lot more courses you had to take, and it was economically not as advanced as the West. It was more third world like, but there was inklings of like Western culture all over, influence all over. it was a pretty neat place, you know. People seemed, they had a pretty cool disposition, you know. And then economically things went down the tubes, and people started grabbing for things and pointing fingers, and lines were drawn along ethnic lines, just like we've seen in Los Angeles and around the country in the last few days. And people started reacting instead of acting, and next thing you know, 10,000 people were killed, and countless others injured and maimed, you know, injured emotionally from the loss of their previous life and loved ones. And it gets pretty discouraging lately, what's going on. But I've always believed in the saying, what's the value of preaching if man isn't redeemable? So, you know, that's always kept me going.
Yeah, this is kind of back to the band.
Right.
Do you think success has or will change you?
Well, it's changed things, but I don't know if it's changed me. I don't think it has, because I've been ignoring it and denying it so much. You know, people coming up and asking for autographs, or pointing at me, or staring at me, or whispering about me in a safe way. I'm getting used to that, but I think me going out there and instead of hiding away will kind of dispel all that cult of celebrity.
Like Elvis being locked away in Graceland.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to participate in that, and I mean, financially it's changed things for me, but, you know, I just kind of deal with it, really. I don't want, you know, I don't want it to change me to where I have to hide out or be like Michael Jackson or wear a disguise, because I'll just go out and go anywhere. I go skateboarding around, walking around, you know.
Yeah, would the band go on if either you or Kurt decided to leave?
It just depends on what terms we left on, or what, you know.
Because you see a certain chemistry there in some bands, where just a few of the members happen to, you know,
well, I know
be the center of the group, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're usually the founders of the group.
No, yeah, I don't know. Kurt's kind of the main guru of the band, but he's the last one to admit that. And we all have a stake in the band. I think if Dave was to leave the band, I think the band would break up, because we'd never go through that thing of finding
another drummer.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, you know. Depends on the situation. It's just such a broad question, you know.
Yeah. Do you like my mom's baklava?
Yeah, really good. It was nice.
Okay.
Nice flaky crust. It was really good.
That was basically the last question.
Oh, okay.
And also we can take a tour of your house.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what do you want to see?
Star Wars TV show watchers don't care what they see, really. I mean.
Oh, I don't want to show people my house.
Okay.
Come and rip it off. Yeah.